Should you get a python?
Welcome to Good Mythical More.
Yeah, we got some voicemails because we have a number that you can call, and I'm gonna be reminded what that number is.
Remind
1-888.
Do we use the same number?
It's down, look, it's down there. It's right down there. There's the number. If you call that number, you can leave us a voicemail. We're gonna listen to a couple now because we wanna help you out in any way we can with our knowledge and our experience.
As long as your question is not about how to remember numbers, we will have great advice for you.
Our aptitude. We're gonna help you with our aptitude.
Not our aptitude.
No, it's the opposite of ineptitude.
Right.
We have aptitude. All right, let's hear one.
How's it going, Rhett and Link? This is Sean. I've been a longtime fan since middle school. I'm about to graduate college now. I apologize if this makes you guys feel old. But I wanted your advice on something. It was recently revealed to me that my mother has a secret aunt, and I became aware that I and my cousin are pretty much the only people in the family that know about this. Now, do you think I tell my mom, who is suspicious about this, tarnishing the reputation of her deceased grandfather, or do I let it lay where it is? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.
Secret aunt.
This is
very different than a secret aunt.
How so?
Part of the country.
Oh, right. Aunts. I've never had an aunt. I've only had aunts.
I've had plenty of aunts.
Can you do some familial math? I'm trying to do it in my head, but just like, you know.
You've got
Second cousin twice removed? What?
Well,
you've got
it's
her
his
mother's sister.
His grandfather has a kid that he didn't tell anybody about, that he found out about through 23andMe or something like that.
So her mother, Sean's mother has a half sister that she doesn't know about.
Isn't it grandfather has a sister?
Grandfather has a daughter.
No, tarnishing the reputation of her deceased grandfather.
Who had a...
Oh, tell my mom who is suspicious, tarnishing the reputation. Okay, so we don't know at what level this aunt is. So that means that the secret aunt is the mother's
sister, half sister.
No,
yes.
No.
Because her father cheated on her mother.
No, tarnishing the reputation of her deceased grandfather, his mother's deceased grandfather. So
no, Sean's grandfather.
No, I'm just telling you right now.
Okay.
I'm reading the transcript. Tarnishing the reputation of her deceased grandfather. So the mom's grandfather. So his great grandfather had a secret child, who is the mom's secret aunt, which is also your secret aunt. If it's your mom's aunt, it's also your aunt, but you call them a great aunt.
Yeah.
So he has a secret great aunt, but it's a secret great aunt, which is even more tantalizing.
But his mom.
Next question.
Telling. If I told my mom that I found out that she had a secret aunt, that's different than telling my mom that she had a secret half sister.
Yeah.
But
totally different category.
And this tarnishes her view of her grandfather if she didn't think he was making any secret children.
I'm not concerned about tarnishing the reputation of a deceased person, first of all. I just think that's where you draw the line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It happened.
It happens. It's like, okay, he's not gonna find out.
But then you're opening up this whole Pandora box of, now is Sean's mom supposed to meet this aunt or care? It's like, there is some actionality here. She could go out and have a relative.
There's a number of factors, and that's one of them. Because another factor is, do you value having a secret with just you and your cousin? Is that something that seems fun? Or do you feel like when you have secret information that can be shared with somebody, you have power, okay? And let's just talk about what's at stake here. Maybe not a whole lot, right? So you've got, I'm gonna keep this secret between me and my cousin, or you've got information that can be shared with the mom, which is it's more powerful in some ways, And is this like an opportunity to like let your mom in on something and like get closer to her? But also, does she have a boring life? Does she need a new secret aunt in order to like establish a relationship? Or is it like, I don't know if I want somebody else. I think you have to get it. You have to do a Google sheet.
You got to know how your mom
Matrix
is going to interact with this.
Would your mom like to know about this? Would this be good for your mom? Would this be bad for your mom? Etc.
I mean, the truth is the truth. I also, sort of like, well, my thing is you have to decide now, Sean. You can't be sitting on this information because you're like, well, if you decide to tell later, or when you're talking about power, if you're like using it for power, then that's nasty. So you either decide to tell them now or decide to never tell her.
I don't really mean power in that sense.
Because if you tell her later, it's like, why didn't you tell me before now? Because
I do agree with this. You got to make the decision now.
I don't know how much power it holds when you have to spend 30 seconds trying to explain who's
That's just
legitimate
us not
child.
understanding it.
I don't know. I'm so confused.
your grandfather was a cheater is basically the message.
I think do you think this information would be of benefit to the person that you're sharing it with? And if so, then share it. If you think that ultimately it's not of any help to them, then don't share it. I do know multiple people who have found new relatives, including someone that I know that shall remain nameless, who found out that both of their grandparents were not their grandparents, like on each side.
Ow, okay.
Like both of their granddads.
So they became an orphan?
Not really. But both of their granddads were not their granddads.
Okay.
And then it led to a couple other realizations.
Wait,
but-
both of their grandmas cheated with other men? Is what you're saying?
I think so.
It was complicated. On one side,
That's what she said.
On one side, they found out that it was a sperm donation because of something like, I guess maybe the grandfather wasn't capable. And it was like one of the first sperm donations because these didn't happen until like the 50s.
Oh, it might
Literally like the second year they did it is when this was done. And then in the other situation, it was
I got a
basically
sperm donation.
it was literally a guy who was a professor, and then that's how they got. And he was doing sperm donation at the university that pioneered sperm donation, and he had some other kids. Not that like the Netflix documentary where there's like 100 kids. He just was like another kid out there. He did like 2 sperm donations. And then on the other side, it was just a family story to try to make things seem more stable. But there was another guy in that picture who was the actual father. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it definitely makes you question some things about yourself. But
I have another option for Sean, which is aunt stalking. We need to figure out, is she worth knowing or not?
Yep.
Is she going to bring in some kind of
Revenue.
joy? You know,
yes,
could she have a hobby
How
that's
rich is
worth
this lady?
learning? You know,
Yeah.
Money.
Is she loaded or needy?
Yep.
yeah. If this is
Is she loaded or needy?
if this is a rich lady, you reach out. I'm sorry.
You don't want to reach out to somebody who then you're going to have to.
It might be
take care
that
of.
simple. It might be that simple.
Yep.
I think we figured it out, Sean.
Yes. You're right, Stevie.
Next question.
Hey, Rhett and Link. It's Azalea. I live in Utah, and I've been trying to convince my parents to get me a pet ball python, for multiple years now. And I've made many arguments, and they just aren't convinced because they haven't heard that it's a good idea from someone they trust yet. And I would like you to tell them that I should get a pet python because they trust you. Also, I love you guys, and you make my day every day. Bye!
Thank you, Azalea from Utah. Azalea from Utah's parents. We'd like to speak directly to you right now, so listen up. We have a lot of experience with ball pythons, and I gotta say,
We had one.
that's It's unlike any other pet I've ever had.
Yeah.
They,
We didn't get him on purpose, just so you know.
right, but we kept him many years.
But not really as long as we probably should have,
I don't know what happened.
considering it was a snake, and I think they're supposed to outlive people.
You'd be surprised at how much a python can crap on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got crapped on by the python.
It was
and
a formative experience.
It was a surprising amount, more than you'd think. They have 2 penises, right? Tell them about that.
They have 2 penises. Just like a shark.
Yep. And they kill things by strangling them. And I imagine that could be you in your sleep.
Yeah, typically a ball python will live about 20 to 30 years, according to a recent search on the internet that we did.
So it's a moderate commitment.
There's a couple of things I want to address azalea at this point.
If you have a lot of pre-killed mice around, they'll eat that.
First, when you say you're from Utah, you don't have to be so apologetic. Can we just play the beginning of that just again?
Hey, Rhett and Link. It's Azalea. I live in Utah, and
Yeah, so you say it with a little more gusto. I've heard it's a beautiful place. And they got the sodas.
Yeah.
When you
We're very much in favor of you getting a python.
well, I just think
Based on personal
The thing that you need to understand is that when you get a python, you cross a threshold. You are now a reptile person. And now you have opened yourself up to other things that you might become, including
A bug person.
magician, clown,
Someone who takes things apart in order to figure out how they work,
to tinkerer.
to then fix them, but then you don't really fix it.
I don't think that's
You're a failed tinkerer.
I don't think that's necessary. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things, but you just have to be ready to possibly become those things. You have to know that when you become a reptile person, you enter a Venn diagram, which is then has these other circles that you might be trapped in. And there's nothing wrong with it. Okay? Nothing wrong with being a magician. I recently befriended one.
I think light sensitivity becomes part of it.
Okay.
You tend to get a little pale
Explain that to me.
because you're staying inside with this snake, I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
I don't know. When I say it, I don't have to explain it. That's your job.
Oh, I'm just saying that you need to be prepared for what this might do
I don't
to
see-
you.
You see a lot of magicians with pythons? I mean, I've seen a wrestler with a python. He was pretty cool.
I'm just saying that I don't think you can do both at the same time, but I'm saying one does lead to the other.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you get a python and then it dies, you become a magician.
I think it has something to do with being friends with a pet that has no capability of reciprocation.
After Craig died, I found myself at the magic shop in Disneyland just, what am I doing here? Buying a trick.
You're just trying
And then I
to,
stopped myself.
You're just trying to fill that snake void in your heart.
I don't know the connection. Maybe somebody in the comments can explain why that connection exists.
Okay.
But there is something there. And also you have to understand that they can and will turn on you. Not quite as often as a pit bull.
But what are they going to do? Squeeze?
I don't want to upset the pit bull owners in the comments, but I just will say that they can turn on you, and so can
I think
a
you're
python.
thinking about a chimp.
I don't want to upset the chip owners. That's I'm not even going to address them.
Well, yeah, I don't bring pit bulls into this because I
think pit bulls are beautiful and they're very sweet. I'm just saying that like it does happen. You know what I'm saying?
but not like a chimp. You're talking about a pit bull turning on you like a chimp.
I mean, when Sean turns on me, it's just kind of like, oh, that's an inconvenience. When a pit bull turns on you, it's
When does Sean turn on you?
when I have a hat on, or when I hug someone.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you think he's gonna bite
He
you?
doesn't like hugging or hats.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he has bit me,
And I would say,
but it wasn't in the face.
if you put a hat on and hug somebody, it's over. If you combine those two,
Well, gee whiz.
yeah.
So get her a python.
That's where we're landing here. Yeah. Be proud to be from Utah and get yourself a python.
Yeah.
I will take one more.
Yeah, we'll take one more.
Hi, Rhett and Link. I'm asking for a friend. He's wondering why his cat eats all of his pudding. He leaves nothing except empty pudding cups. Any explanation onto why this is? Thank you. I would appreciate an answer.
I don't know if this is real or not.
He's all your.
I don't know if this is a real question.
So you're saying your cat's eating all your pudding?
I don't know if that's the part that's not real.
I think.
He's asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind sentiment.
Well, you got a cat and you like pudding.
Here's
so.
what's happening with me. It's like there's pudding cups, and it's hard to get everything out of the pudding cup. There's residue, and like a cat's gonna go in on that and clean it all up for you. Then it's recyclable. Rude awakening here. You can't just throw like a pudding laden container in recycling. You got to clean that stuff out. And so the cat's doing a service here. Cats can eat chocolate. I didn't know that.
I don't think so. And no one said it was chocolate.
You said rude awakening here before you said you have to rinse out your plastic before you recycle it.
Yeah.
You know who you
A
are.
rude awakening here.
My family still doesn't get it. I look down in there and there's stuff with things on it.
Half
all
of peanut butter.
Like food all on the walls of the recyclables.
Do you also know that you're not supposed to
work.
put the stuff in bags
Not
in the
supposed to
recycling?
put it in a bag either.
Do you do that?
I do that now. I got shamed into it.
So you're wiping your pee-pee and you're also...
I wouldn't say wipe, I dab.
Okay, you're dabbing your peep.
And it's one square.
And
That's all it takes.
And you are putting your recycling without a bag. Interesting.
I'm a rule follower. I think.
I mean, somebody told me...
I don't put my recycling in a bag. You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but somebody told me that they're not really recycling it now.
Well, there's that.
Is that... I mean,
So you don't even believe this question, so you're ignoring it? What's the explanation? Your cat likes pudding. It's
yeah,
fine.
I don't think there's a mystery here.
Empty pudding cups.
And it's amazing that this question came through another person to
Right.
us. You know, that your friend needed you to ask us. I mean, I think your friend could have handled this all on their own.
But shaking it doesn't necessarily. You got to put. I mean,
The proof is in the underwear at the end of the day.
the end of the day.
Or just right after.
I think
sure.
right after.
But the end of the day is the accumulation of all peas.
Yeah, but it's dried up and you never know.
You're saying this to a man that we had to convince not to rewear his underwear inside out the next day. Remember that?
Yeah.
That wasn't real.
And also you said you would take your underwear off, shower, and then put that underwear back on.
I did. That was the old me.
Yeah, right.
And then I got shamed into wiping my wiener. It's different now.
What we need is those little litmus tests? You know those things you stick in the pool to see the pH? You line your underwear with those. Because if those get wet...
See if you're shaking enough.
If those get wet, there's a record of wetness. And also a record of how healthy you are, I think. And how much chlorine is in your pee. But
I think we're talking about a
new product.
A pH underwear.
yeah, a new product.
PPPH.
PPPH. And then at the end of the day, you see there's any drops in there. And I guarantee you there's not any drops on me.
I don't believe that. I would have said the same thing. I used to wear the same underwear multiple days in a row.
And first of all, I change my underwear at the end of every day. And the other thing I do...
So do I now.
The other thing that I do is if I did see a little drop of pee-pee, I wouldn't panic. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't panic about a little drop of pee-pee.
Well, are you wearing khakis?
It's not going through 2 layers.
It's a big drop. I got some big drops. I mean, it's like...
I just think that the woman who made that video doesn't have firsthand experience with the pee-pee. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I listened. I gave her too much weight.
You cannot get guilted into things by watching that. I mean, I washed my legs for a couple of weeks after they made fun of all the white people not washing their legs. But then I stopped again. And I'm doing okay.
But you do wipe your wiener at the end of in the shower, right? You wash your wiener.
Yes.
All right, good. All right, good.
Yes.
Get your food fix on the Mythical Kitchen channel now.
What? Plus the world's biggest jalapeno. This is obscene.
Massive. What's the GMO ratio in that?
I don't even think it's GMO. I just think being inside Walmart gives it some sort of radiation.